Hello, welcome to a new video. Today I will tell you new information about the interview with Estrella Itza, tutor and beloved teacher of Queen Letizia. She turned 92 on December 24th and, although retired for many years, remains an active woman who writes stories, reads voraciously, loves making plans with her children, grandchildren, and great-grandchildren, and never misses a get-together with friends, even though, as she tells us, there are fewer and fewer of us. Estrella Itza was a primary school teacher, Spanish language, literature, and English, at Justa I in Oviedo and tutor to Letizia, who studied at this school from 2nd to 8th grade. Her uncle, José María A. Rodríguez del Galvez, nephew of the Marquis of Mondejar, was tutor to Don Juan, grandfather of King Felipe VI, when he was a naval officer in Cartagena. And half a century later, Estrella had the future Queen of Spain as a student. Itza, who perfected her English at Oxford and promoted entirely new scientific methods, also gave courses and lectures to teacher training colleges, contributing to their programs with her innovative teaching approach. We will achieve the gift of language. What did Queen Letizia excel at as a student? And what was their relationship? I have a natural fondness and affection for Letizia, whom I knew from her time as her teacher. I was her tutor, and I had a close relationship with all of them, and I still maintain contact with some of them. It was one of those graduating classes that I call a gift in my professional career, perhaps the best. Letizia always stood out for her intelligence, work ethic, and discipline. Among her qualities, I very quickly recognized her leadership skills. I also remember her as a very creative, sociable, and communicative child. Furthermore, she already enjoyed radio, a family tradition, of course. At school, there was a radio station, run by a wonderful teacher. In truth, the entire teaching staff was formidable, and she, surely with the support of her grandmother Menchu, was very involved in producing programs. Her journalistic vocation was already evident. What do you remember about that November 1st, 2003, the day the official engagement was announced? My cousin Manu Leguinec had mentioned something to me after the Prince of Asturias Awards ceremony that year. But it was a huge surprise. I received the news in Lequeidio, where my daughter Estrella, who died in a car accident, is buried, with immense joy at such an extraordinary event. Like something real, wonderful in literature, it moved all of us teachers. What dream could we have imagined that one of our students would become Princess of Asturias? And what about the wedding? I experienced it as the historic event that is the marriage of the heir to the throne, and above all, with the deep personal feeling of knowing Dona Letizia so well, since the relationship between teachers and their students is always special and lasting. We watched the ceremony on television as a family, with my granddaughters who were university students at the time. One of them is now a teacher and the other a journalist, and they were very excited. What I noticed most during the ceremony was Letizia's gaze, warm, deep, and suggestive. Even as a child, she always expressed a lot with her eyes. Also, how she walked arm in arm with King Felipe. I thought, how difficult it is to outdo Letizia. What a commanding presence she has. After all that, in 2004, we met again at the Hotel de la Reconquista for the awards ceremony. She hugged me and said to King Felipe, "Look, this is Estrella," and the king bent down, I'm short, and gave me a kiss. Has it continued to evolve since then? In what ways would you say it has changed the most? In everything and in nothing, because she has always been a leader and has maintained her own identity. She is authentic, hardworking, responsible, and still looks you in the eye. As I already stated when Ola interviewed me on the occasion of the wedding, I see the same Letizia, a courageous, very capable person, with the same personality that was forged in her family and during her school years. I believe that time has also proven me right. What is truly worthwhile about Queen Letizia is her character, her values, and her solid upbringing. Have they always been in contact? I saw Queen Letizia in Oviedo for the awards ceremony, the day she visited La Justa with Prince Felipe, when they were still prince and princess, and I wrote her a few letters. She also has my book, Rhythmic Bases. She told me she loved it. It's a poetic narrative, a counter-narrative, about the cicada and the ant. I haven't written to her in a while. I'm a mayor now. The queen always replies immediately, and I always owe her a letter. Actually, I have one almost ready, but I haven't been feeling well this Christmas. Everything is getting harder for me. What do you think of our heir to the throne? I like her very much. She's a very brave, mature, and responsible young woman. She has embraced her military training with determination and determination. I also think she has connected with her generation, which is important. I won't be around to see it, but I believe the monarchy has a bright future with the princess. And what would she say about Princess Sofia? I think it's fabulous. It'll be years, but I think she's going to bring a lot of joy to her parents and to the Spanish people. I love how modern she is, how she makes the most of herself, and especially seeing how she celebrates her sister's successes. She's head over heels for her, when normally you'd be a little jealous. What does Queen Letizia like the most? Her naturalness, her warmth. She hugs and is genuinely moved, her groundbreaking speeches. She's an extraordinary orator, her enormous intellectual curiosity, her mental strength, her confidence, and her simplicity. Her very being, with all these qualities, her expertise. I also think she's an example of resilience. I believe she's been hurt and has suffered, but she persevered. What do you believe was her greatest contribution to the monarchy? I believe she has always risen to the occasion and demonstrated her immense worth. I see her as a crucial pillar of the monarchy, and I think her contribution is enormous. In the exercise of power, it is important to know how to be firm with the powerful and sensitive to the most vulnerable, and I believe Letizia, from gestures I have seen and heard about, possesses this quality. What do you think of her role as a mother? Like all mothers, I think she has made a special effort to provide the best education for her daughters. Discipline and high standards for excellence, responsibility, respect, and lots of love and trust. And then there's the added bonus of being the mother of an heir to the throne and an infanta. Her influence is evident in the close and natural family life. They are completely in sync. I'm amazed by the team the four of them make. And how would you define the king? I think he has a natural nobility. A truly wonderful person. He's very approachable, attentive, and makes everyone feel genuinely valued. I've had the opportunity to greet him at several receptions over the years, and he's always very warm and friendly. He's sensible, caring, and helps you grow. I greatly appreciate everything he does, especially his role during the Dana storm. He's a blessing for the Spanish people. I hope you enjoyed this video. I will be grateful for every like, comment, and especially subscription.